And welcome back, everybody. We weren't gone all that long. Gonna be SkyHi on the blue side, up against WL on the red side. I'm your host, Anson. Joining me are our wonderful casters, Dave.
Hello.
And Dak.
Hey, guys.
Can't forget about Dak. All right, guys.
All right.
We got a matchup going here. SkyHi, WL. Bands already coming out: Twisted Fate, Nocturne, Alistar, Azir, Sivir, and Ezreal going to round out the last band on the list. What are you guys' opinions on, we got a first pick Thresh as well?
I am personally really excited for this game, and the only reason why is because these teams are both first place teams right now, so this is like one of the first times they're gonna meet up, and it's literally a team of like good friends slash like good players at the same time, and like really well-rounded team with like a staff and everything, versus a team that's been together since T-Law days, like even before T-Law days. So it's really important to get that out, that this is a pretty, personally, like a really good game coming out. And
by all measures,
they're already going through the picks.
Opinions aside, by all measures, the best of the best playing today from what we've seen so far out of these teams.
Yeah, there's been very little just being pushed around. There's a whole lot of back and forth. The last game, it swung back one way. There was an early game lead that kind of fell off, and then suddenly it came back again as the team fighting started again. And this game, I can only expect that this game is going to be great, because we have the two best teams. We have White Lightning. They've had a whole bunch of really good plays overall. And we got SkyHi. I mean, come on. Luna's has been doing insane.
Yeah, I gotta say that Luna has been playing like really well throughout this entire season.
He's one of the players, the few players at the high end, I want to say, in terms of skill in House Party 5v5, that has actually gone on to improve his game. And it's very difficult for a lot of players that reach Diamond 5 to get to a point where they can start to see more growth as a player. And I'm not sure what Luna's solo queue rating is. All that aside, I really have seen a lot of growth from him technically as a player.
He's Plat 4.
Plat 4?
Plat 4, okay.
You're thinking of Ginger. Which, I mean,
all the same,
he was
you
gold
get up
last
to the high
season,
end,
so he's Plat this season.
There you go. We've seen plenty of players come in and play on House Party teams as a gold player and reach Platinum the next season. Platinum, come in, reach Diamond the next season in solo queue. So not a big surprise.
But
at all.
Just looking at the teams, we have another Shen. This one will likely be a top lane Shen. I'm not counting on another support Shen, because as far as I'm aware, Simkev does not actually play, or not Simkev, Hobbs does not actually play the support Shen. But we are seeing a Shyvana. This might be a Devourer Shyvana, and Sated Devourer Shyvana does a whole lot of damage. If you thought the Shyvana changes where her on hits would do the burnout damage were already strong, just imagine getting it every other hit, you get twice as many.
Right? Yeah, and oh man, I love it right now.
Is that another support? Oh my god, Christina.
It is Kirstine on support, and then Habs on ADC, and then like Froggen in the mid lane, and I mean,
I don't even know what's happening anymore.
They like to switch up their roles, and that's like something you would expect from a team that like has very dedicated. Like both Habs and Kirstine. I mean, Habs is kind of like their not really sub, but they're like that one player that fills in randomly, because they've always had like I think their current ADCs, they've had problems with them, but like with not being able to make Saturdays, but still, like the fact that Habs is kind of like, being able to fill any roles. He did the XPK, beautiful XK last weekend, on top of, or the weekend before last, and then on top of that, Kirstine is able to fill in either ADC, which he played almost really well last game, and on top of that, Froggen is back here on the team, and Nia Nivea, which I am very excited to see. Because I'm a huge Nivea fan.
You're going to have the name Froggen, you got to take a Nivea.
Right?
Now the question is, will he build the Frog Nivea with a Warmox?
Probably. I've actually seen him do it. So I'm actually saying probably in a very, non-sarcastic tone here.
So let's talk about support Shen for a little bit. All of a sudden, everybody realizes, hey, his taunt is AoE, and that's actually kind of stupid strong. His taunt's always been AoE.
Okay, so the reason why support Shen is suddenly seeing a lot of play is Shen got a few changes a patch or so back, where he suddenly, ranking up his taunt would reduce the energy cost. So now, people are saying, okay, I can max my taunt, and it has a 1.5 second duration, which is pretty long, especially whenever you're catching out like an AD carry who doesn't normally build any sort of tenacity. So now, you got the strong in-lane taunt that doesn't really cost you that much, and you have a shield, you have a health regen. If you build like a relic shield, he can get things really easily with his passive, and he has a huge amount of like hidden damage between his Q and between his auto attack passive.
He's basically what he's the new Nautilus. Not that Nautilus still isn't a great support, but he's doing what Nautilus did. Taking a champion that not very well known for support lane, but has a lot of crowd control, very tanky, and hidden damage. Brought that back to the support role, and Shen, it's like he meets all that same criteria. I'm definitely happy to see him playing being used in a support role, and our teams definitely want to scoop that power up for themselves.
And I think it's kind of like just a natural evolution of things too, because as we see, okay, people are getting used to fighting the Nautilus, people are getting used to fighting this and that, and Nautilus got a couple of very small nerfs. His early damage got changed a little bit, but now people are saying, oh, okay, people won't expect the Shen. We'll play the Shen because it has a lot of these similar things. It has good CC. It's really tanky. If, for whatever reason, you roam off and your AD carry gets ganked, you can ult your AD carry and come back to lane and save him.
We'll see what White Lightning ends up doing with him and what SkyHi have to say about it, guys. We're heading into the loading screen here in a second. Caster's going to take a short break. We'll be back with plenty of action to come. Stick around.
Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Week 3 of House Party 5v5 Premier League. This is Game 3 of the night, SkyHi versus White Lightning. With me, I have my good friend Deck Club Ace. Let's get right into it. I am so hyped. I've even started to stand up for this game just because I want to. And very excited to see how this game is going to work out. Two really strong teams in the league at the moment. And yeah, that's all I can really say. And so we have a slight four-man top. Wondering how this is
nice
gonna work out
line of
for them.
scrimmage. You can see a nice line of wards. They got nice vision. They're ready for an invade. White Lightning is not going to be taking any of this. Totally ready. And seeing, of course, talking about the Shen support. You start Relic Shield. and that shouldn't really be surprising at all. He's a melee champion, he can proc it easily, and he loves having more shields. Like, having another shield is just amazing for him.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with, and it's, I don't know, I haven't really, like, as a support main, I haven't played Shen support yet. I feel like I kind of neglected it, and I've seen it. You know, I've seen it a lot, especially over in LCS. I mean, definitely NA LCS. We've been seeing it quite a lot, and then you throw in it's been played in LCK a little bit as well as, I mean, over in China. So I mean, I'm really curious on how this is going to work out for them. Granted, because one, it's with a Caitlyn, and I feel like Shen support is more of a hyper aggressive bot lane. And I mean, Caitlyn can work in that perspective, but at the same time, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult compared to having, like, say, a Callista or someone that's like really hard engaged. And I mean, it's still possible. But
well, the thing about Caitlyn as an AD carry is there's not really a situation where Caitlyn is bad per se. She's sort of like, I've jokingly said this with some of my friends that actually play AD carry at various levels, and they say, you know, Caitlyn is the baby's first AD carry. She really just does a whole bunch of auto attacking, and it's a whole lot of, most of your trading is all decision making. It's not really a whole bunch of mechanical skill. There are tricks like the net jump Piltover Peacemaker. There's knowing when to drop your traps, getting trap combos. If a taunt goes out, you should be able to get a trap down to get it to go off almost every time. And
yeah, I think that's probably a good way to trade the bot lane. I didn't even really think about it, but there it is. That's a two-man taunt coming up from Cursina, trying to get as much damage as they can down on Sankanyo, but not enough. The Nitro 2 aren't able to block off what they can.
Yeah, like, you could see it. It was... Habs already had the headshot ready. The moment they got out of position, Cursina just taunts in, headshot on Sankanyo, Piltover Peacemaker, and he has to heal, or he's gonna die.
Yeah, and I mean, it's very interesting. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really convinced yet, and I can understand where it is, but oh, Nitro 2 are just barely missing his hook. Let's see how this is gonna work out for them. But Cursina really kind of showing his like, look at this. He's already sitting in the bush. He knows they don't have a ward, but they don't know. They know he's in there, and you know, of course, there's the ward out, but. I mean, he really wants to...
It's just some strong zoning potential, that's all.
Yeah. Froggen, of course, playing Nivea, so therefore he has to always hit his Qs. If not, I'm going to be very depressed, and probably going to say something about it to him after the game. I expect 100% skill shot accuracy out of Froggen. And, I mean, there it is. That's another one laying right on top of Luna's. And able to get that extra damage out from his E as well.
Seeing the early trades as well. Oh,
God,
enemy, no, please, no, don't
so
do that.
Unneeded. I think personally, another engage coming out from Senpai, really doing a lot of damage. He does have Ignite, and there it is. He has to force him out of the lane, and that was just enough. I love AD Fizz in the top lane. I mean, it's just so much fun to watch play. I love watching, especially Balls when he plays it, because, I mean, granted, they're not too so hot Cloud9 wise, but he plays a lot of this AD Fizz top lane, and he plays this so well. And enemy again using his pool without needing to. He could just walked away from all of this.
He kind of did need to use it there. That was a good.
And the hook right onto Habs actually taking a lot of damage. Ignite coming out from Nitro 2 hard. Sankanyo taking a lot of damage from Cursina and Habs as well. So they need to be very careful here. Rek'Sai right in the side, trying to do as much as he can to try to stop it. But that was almost first blood onto Sankanyo.
So this is what I was talking about. Is you have this really hard to predict burst from Shin. Hobbs got a nice shot.
Ooh, Nitro 2 hard actually gets a good hook onto Cursina right into tower range, and Cursina takes a lot of damage, and yep, has to walk away from that. There's no way you're going to be able to do anything after that hook into a tower.
Like I was saying, we have the Shen, and the thing about Shen is that he's really tanky. He's got a really strong AoE CC that he can use in combination with his flash. But he has a whole lot of like really early in-game or in-lane burst He's got a strong passive that, because he will occasionally throw out auto attacks, he'll be able to refresh it really fast. And, oh, there goes his 100%. He missed.
I know. I was just about to say something about it.
GG Froggen.
No, you can't miss any of your skill shots. It's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to hit them all. Hey, here he has his tier as well. You know, Senpai going super aggressive in this top lane.
Well, but enemy still hasn't gone back. He has not gone to buy. He's got enough to buy his lifesteal. The moment he gets, or sorry, not lifesteal, his bow vamp. The moment he gets back, he's gonna buy it. So yeah, there he goes. He's already got the revolver. So not really sure why he waited so long to go back. I guess he just wanted to go back when he had it because he wasn't sure if he'd get a chance to teleport back in time. And now Senpai's teleport is back up again, and he's level 6 as well. So he's got to be really careful about using that pool now, because if he pools at the wrong time, Senpai will just say, okay, well, you're slowed a little bit, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this shark where you're going to come back up.
Yeah, and I mean, he has Ignite too, which is another thing to keep in mind. There is one thing we forgot to mention when we first got into this game, and I think we might have, and that's the fact that Shyvana has TP Smite, not TP Flash, or not TP Flash, Smite Flash. So I understand the TP, but I'm not sure if I understand it at this this level of competitive play. That's definitely a solo queue thing. And
well, no, because keep in mind, Shyvana post 6 doesn't really need Flash, unless you're in like a team fight scenario where you're going to be needing your ult all the time. Like, she does enough auto attacking in the jungle that she can get her dragon back up really fast.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so, but at the same time, I'm not convinced with the. I feel like almost every, jungler is going to need Smite in some way for that, or not Flash in some way for the engage. It's understandable, but I don't know. It's just the one thing I'm not a fan of at all. And personally, I'm not even really a fan of the Shyvana jungle because, like you said, you farm for the first half of the game, where if this was like Gragas or Rek'Sai, they could have taken control of the map in some way where they weren't able to do anything. I tried too hard hitting off these plays and trying to get some type of play made in spot side with Rek'Sai right around the corner. But
well, that early farm was true before. Like previously, if you went for Shyvana, you needed to farm until 6. But if you'll notice, Rek'Sai didn't really do anything either.
Yeah, I think that's perfect for Shyvana, but if this was, I mean, really any other jungler, they would have been able to take advantage of that in some way, and probably would have been able to win it. But
and in most cases, like all the lanes were playing kind of with that. Senpai was kind of keeping it warded a little bit. He was making sure that he always had his pole up to get away. Froggen has been playing back really far, not just because he's scared of Rek'Sai, but also because he's scared of Luna's managing to actually get a shot combo, because the one time we saw him get the shot combo off, it took out almost half his health.
Right? Yeah, I was about to say about that, because even though Froggen is on Nivea, Lunas is able to just really, I mean, he's been able to push Nivea under tower. Until he level 6, now the fact that Froggen's level 8, he's been able to keep up, but even then, Froggen usually is more of a mid laner that can push him in. There it is. We're gonna go with the 90% accuracy, but hello players in here for the gank, tries to get the knockup, but Froggen's able to flash away just in time. Oh, that was just like a second too late. Luna's taking actually a lot of damage from Froggen. It hits him again with the stun, and Shyvana solos Dragon, which I didn't even look at the bottom of the map and saw that happen. Almost took no damage.
I was gonna say it, but you were talking, you're saying all this stuff.
I was like, what was that? And now the dragon goes off.
But if you look at it, that means so they have the dragon now. That means around 16 minutes, dragon will be up again, and by then, Shyvana might almost be ready to have Sated Devour. And once she's got Sated Devour, she's gonna be doing a whole bunch of damage.
Yeah, but fight going in the mid lane, Froggen actually able to get the first blood with the barrier getting popped, and able to do enough damage to Luna to get a first blood kill off, except by throwing the shark, just like you said, right onto enemy. There it is, Shyvana coming right into the fight. The Hemo Plague actually is going down and gonna proc off on Shyvana, but he gets out.
Okay, so we were talking earlier, we were saying, okay, well, the Shyvana trade-offs or whatever. The Shyvana trade-off of going Devourer instead of... Previously, we had seen Shyvana going Cinderhulk, and she saw a lot of play when they changed her Burnhound, when they made her a little bit better at doing some of the damage early game as a tank. Cinderhulk was really good, but now that she hasn't taken Cinderhulk, she took Devourer instead. That means that her tower dives are a lot more dangerous. She doesn't have tank stuff, and we don't know whether she's going to go for a Blade of the Ruined King next, or if she's going to go tank. She probably should go tank. Yeah, okay, she immediately buys Ninja Top, but she's probably going to buy some kind of health item, whether it's going to be MR or like a Randuin's Omen or something. She needs some kind of item that will give her a little bit more tankiness to stay in the fight, to do a little bit more damage with that Devourer combo.
Yeah, and I mean, that's definitely going to be understandable, and right now, she's not there yet. That's something to keep in mind. A Hello player really needs to take control of this map. Like, if he wants to take control of this map in some way, I think he really needs to go to the spot side. Naturally, Too Hard's been playing aggressive in the stance where he's almost hit hooks, he's hit a few here and there, and I don't think he's going to miss if Hello player comes at the right time. And granted, it is a Shen Caitlyn lane, so it might be a little bit more difficult, but it's the only way he's really going to be able to do something. But, Hello player getting caught out slightly, but instead just tunnels right over the wall.
Like, I haven't actually seen Hello Player... Okay, so Hello Player has gone bot lane. He has kind of held back a little bit. He's been near Krugs, he's been near that bush area, and he hasn't actually come into the lane yet. He's never been here whenever there was actually a relevant fight going on, and Hobbs is pretty much exclusively using headshots to either get, harder last CSs, or last hits, or he's using it to harass Sankanyo.
Yeah, and Hello player is here, but that does not matter because Learning Climb is right in the bush as well. They're looking for a gank here in the spot side, and I'm expecting... Oh, actually, Hello player walks away, but I expect them to let Sankanyo and Nitro 2 Hard push up. They might be able to do something here, but, not
and Learning Climb is still there. Learning Climb...
Yeah, he's just sitting in the bush. He's backing now.
Okay. He power farmed all his stuff. He is much better at clearing than Hello player because Shyvana is just... I will go on record saying Shyvana is probably the fastest clear in the game right now.
Oh, and that's a two-man taunt coming from Kersey, and just enough to maybe get a kill. Sankanyo do just enough damage with the calling, and the Ignite coming from Nitro 2 Hard might be able to do something here. Hobbs going in. It's gonna get someone. It's like who's gonna sacrifice themselves, and of course... Nitro 2 Hard picks the right decision. And, yeah. But Sankanyo doing a lot of damage, able to get the piercing light damage right onto Hobbs, who made a poor life decision of going
just about
to
praise Hobbs. I was like, oh man, you pilt over Peacemaker, both of them, and you gave them the catch-22 of like, I'm gonna cast my ult and I'm gonna hit the support, because now the support's got this like, oh, maybe I'll survive, but my AD carry will die, so I'll just take it either way. And then he dies. I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. Now he's gonna get out and he's gonna get a free kill. No, he stayed too long.
Yeah, and Luna's taking a lot of damage from Frog, and he actually misses the shock blast. Learning Climb is here in the mid lane as well. The wall from Frog might be enough to do enough damage. And the stun's able to hit, but it's just not enough. Whew. I'm telling you, man, 100% hit accuracy. We're at like 95 with that one miss, but still, every single one besides that one
he's
has
had
been
really,
hit.
really good ones so far. Like, I have only seen him miss the one Flash Frost.
Exactly. I think that's enough. There's another one right onto Hello Player, right underneath his ultimate as well.
And just... it's so beautiful seeing him already have the rod. He's already got a tier, and the tier is getting kind of almost to half stacks. It's not quite there yet, but it is getting there. And it's such a pain fighting in Anivia once he gets all his stuff, because he doesn't have to use his wall to block you off.
Yeah,
he's up against Rek'Sai. He's not going to use his wall to block him off because he'll just teleport under it. So now he just uses it to make sure you can't run from him.
Right, and the gang coming up from Learning Climb right in the mid lane, and you know what? I'm gonna say it right there. That's why you need Smite on Shyvana.
Why you need Flash?
Flash. You could have flashed over the wall and killed him.
He could have flashed over the wall for the kill, but I think he traded his teleport for Luna's Flash.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
So he did use his teleport. He used it to teleport into the lane to fight. And he managed to go get his crab. And the Scuttle Crab, with the new Devourer, gives you 2 stacks towards your Sated. So he's only at like 21 stacks. He needs 9 more stacks. And Dragon respawn.
Right? And I keep on wanting to say that they're fighting in the top lane, but Senpai just decides to just randomly go in and then walk away. Randomly go in, walk away. Which, I mean, is kind of the correct way to play the Fizz Vladimir matchup, because Vladimir is I mean, oh wow, Habs actually taking a lot of damage from Senkanyo. Senkanyo getting the calling off right on top of it, cursing and ulting him to negate a little bit of the damage, even though he was right around the corner.
Yeah, it was just a sort of like, hey, you know, maybe you can trade in an auto attack or 2 because the shield will eat the damage. So at that point, it was just a nice little bonus.
Uh-oh, and Nitro Too Hard misses another hook. Hello player really looking for a gank in the spot side of the map. I want to go back to this top side where Vladimir is actually up 20 CS on this Fizz, and Fizz has been super aggressive the entire time. He even got an assist onto him as well, so he's really, I mean, even though Fizz has been super aggressive, and Luna's taking a lot of damage from Anivia. Let's see, he's able to get away. Actually gets the stun off and gets the shard right on top of Luna, so gets another kill in the mid lane. Hello player is here as well, trying to maybe get knock up, get a return kill, but that might be enough. Misses the Frost Splash, but still takes a lot of damage from
Hello players, come on, like, what are you gonna do? He still has Rebirth. He hasn't died once. He hasn't even gotten close to dying once.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single time he almost got.
Might try and steal the dragon though.
Yeah, that might be a good decision. Oh, it goes in, but goes in just a second too late and might be in a little trouble. Oh, no, Thresh Lantern.
Yeah, he's got the Thresh Lantern.
It was a little late, though.
Yeah, I think he thought that they would do it a little bit slower. I don't think he expected the Caitlyn headshot damage and anything like that. Any of the bonus damage that was happening there. No, Caitlyn wasn't there. It was just the burst damage of Shyvana with her Q and with burnout damage. And now, because of that dragon kill, Shyvana is sated. This is where we'll start seeing it. And it looks like she is actually building towards the Randuin's Omen. So once she gets on you, she's just going to stick to you.
And that's probably exactly what she wants in this mid lane. Luna's actually getting walled away from Anivia. Anivia continues chasing. Senkanyo, I do want to note that Senkanyo does have a kill onto it has a kill in the bot lane, so they're not really that far behind, and it was a really strong kill. He was behind in CS, so he's really trying to get back into this game. I think that's a good standing point, but I do want to know, he's playing Lucian. What was it? Like, I think Lucian has like the worst win rate in competitive play, and probably one of the lowest win rates at the moment, and like solo queue as well.
His win rate is really low, and it's because of the meta shifts and everything.
Yeah, but I mean that's a big factor when you think about it in this game, because you have a kill and hello player going in for a gank on the Frog, and Luna's cannot follow up due to the damage coming out from the Frost Flash and just the ultimate coming out from Froggen as well. Enemy taking a lot of damage from Senpai. Senpai goes back to farm.
I think okay, so let's talk about the Froggen versus Jace right now. Like what could have been done is, so Jace has been doing harass, it hasn't been working. Hello player could have been coming up behind. Froggen's been pushing him up constantly.
I think it's exactly what they need, and they're able to get a tower in the mid lane, and Senpai once again going on to Vladimir, and ease away.
Yeah, Vlad's got the Woda. New Woda's really strong.
Right? And I just don't think Senpai has enough damage just yet to pick off enemy. I mean, maybe like 1 or 2 more, I guess, poke engages would be enough, but that's about it. Frog,
I mean, you win it. Like, okay, so Senpai went in and he got enemy down to probably about 1/4 of his health, 1/3 of his health, and enemy's back full health again. He's got the Woda, got another revolver. So he's just going for this super spellvamp-oriented build, which he kind of needs to fight him.
Oh wow, that's a lot of damage coming out from Froggen onto Luna's. Luna's actually going in with the Ignite. They might be able to return kills. The Shen coming in just enough to save him, and wow.
I like to
really
think
close.
the Channel wasn't really to save him, it was just for Christina to say, hey, I want an assist too.
Well, even then, I think they were a little bit scared because the Ignite was ticking, and
But he has Rebirth.
Yeah, he did have Rebirth, so it really wouldn't matter. But
Yeah,
I don't think maybe they just didn't want to pull it off. But,
Yeah, they
oh,
didn't.
that's a TB coming up from Senpai right into the bot lane, or from enemy right into the bot lane, but TB as well from Senpai, cursing, getting a good taunt right onto enemy. That's a TB coming up from Shyvana. She's able to get at least secure one kill. Hemo player on top of her as well. Sankanyo taking a lot of damage. They're actually going for the chases. Calling might be enough, but he's going to do the burnout away, continue running. And let's see if she's able to get out here. Hello player actually going into the flash, knock up into Canyo. Take a lot of damage from Christina as well. Froggen is actually showing up with the fight. This might be really risky. Throws out the wall. Froggen actually wasn't even able to throw out his ultimate just yet. Habs is here in the fight, but wow, the shock blast coming up from Luna is just enough to secure that kill. Hello player locking up Froggen. Froggen actually had the flash for the wall, and Luna's actually coming in with the flash as well, trying to secure the kill on the Froggen. Froggen might actually be able to come out alive, and there it is. That's another kill coming over the Froggen. He is now 4-0. That is a fight going in the favor of both teams.
Unfortunate misplay by Lunas. He placed the gate behind the egg instead of in front of the egg.
Yeah,
and that might have been enough damage to kill him, because at the time, you know, he has no armor, and I think, I don't remember exactly how quickly it scales up, but I don't think it's until like level 16 where you start gaining armor and magic resist as your egg form. Although I could be wrong, it could be 14ish.
Yeah, I think it's that weird, you know, there's like that weird passive level gain. I think it's like it's like 8 or something, 8, 7, and then 14, like you said, and then there's the last one. I know, yeah, like Scion has something like that.
She starts out at negative armor and magic resist.
Yeah, and then you start.
And then it goes
magic
up to be positive.
Yeah.
So I believe at this point it is positive, but that was just so much damage coming out. It was insane. All it took was just getting it inside of the ult, and then like, just the chill damage from Frostbite hurts so much.
Yeah, being able to come up, just throw down your ult, and then throw out your shard, and just, you know, that's it. That was a dead, like, really quick.
I really think Lunas needs to get some MR. He really needs a Hex Drinker. He really needs like a Banshee's Veil or something. He needs some kind of MR, because he's just taking so much damage from these trades. He's not winning any trades.
Maybe a Hex Drinker would probably be the correct item choice here for this mid laner. One, because it's not a bad pickup on, probably one of the better pickups actually on AJ's. And on top of that, it's going to gate that damage right there that Froggen's able to put out onto him. And a Hello player actually able to go in, probably trying to get a return kill. Dutch Lantern thrown out, but they get a return, actually able to pick up a kill onto Hello player. Luna's.
And Froggen still hasn't actually died. He's only kind of fake died.
Fake died. Got into his egg. Thought it. And that is a third dragon going over to Team White Lightning. And playing that really well. Like, they were able to catch out the jungler, and they're like, alright. And it wasn't even because they cut off the jungler, it's because they cut out Lunas. And Lunas made a mistake, and a Hello player went in afterwards trying to save him, and he kind of did, but at the same time they lost the dragon because of it, so it was really a kind of a poor decision for him. And Nitro 2R taking a lot of damage from Froggen. There it is, that's the shard coming out from Froggen. The Channel there as well, and Senpai is in the middle of the fight. The ultimate coming out from Shyvana is just not enough to go right on top of them, and Hello player trying to get out. Same for Sankanyo. And that is a double kill going over to Shyvana.
Just look how tanky this Shyvana is, just standing in the middle of everything. And the failed net jump over the wall.
By the way, it's level 8 is when it's negative armor and magic resist, and then level 12 is when you get
Okay, so he was just barely over the point where he was gaining armor and magic resist from it. So
yeah.
But that would have been the time. Early game, that would have been when you wanted to trade a whole bunch of stuff to get it, because if you trade if you trade your flash, if you trade your, say, your ignite for the egg, that means that you have the potential to kill him before it comes up because you're doing bonus damage to him.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just poor shock blade or gate placement. Only reason why we weren't able to kill off Frog in a 6-0
in that specific fight, but I mean, like, in the grand scheme
of
things,
even
he's
overall.
Like, he's had early game, he had super strong trading potential, and he didn't go in because he was scared of being ganked. But Shyvana's not going to gank early. And yeah, okay, Hello Player could have been ganking a little more. He could have come up from behind a little more, but he didn't.
I think that's the big factor here, is that Hello Player really did not play this Rek'Sai correctly. But cursing and getting a taunt does not matter. Lantern saving Hello Player. But what I'm going off on is that Hello Player really played this poorly in the early game. He didn't gank. Like, I think he ganked like once or twice as a Rek'Sai. But when you're against a Shyvana, where Shyvana is literally going to sit in the jungle for the entire first 20 minutes almost.
Like, Shyvana's early ganks are going to consist of walking in from behind them and hitting them with flames and then trying to get some auto attacks off. She has no CC. She has no sort of like innate tankiness yet because she doesn't have her ult. So all she's really doing is she's just trying to do damage. But because Hello Player wasn't like forcing her hand to do stuff, she was just kind of allowed to do whatever she wanted.
Yeah, I mean that's just the big factor there, is that there was no pressure, and even then Thresh could have walked up. They knew that Nivea was such a hassle. If you get a 3-man gank on the Nivea, I'm pretty sure her egg is going to fall down after you get the 3-man gank off. So nonetheless, I mean that's the big factor here, is that
what are you doing, enemy? You can't fight him.
Yeah. Shyvana going in, getting the Sated Devour, autos off, do a little purple. There it is. Oh, Pool might be enough to save him, but Hemoplague is actually going to get dropped.
There's no way. Like, he just does too much damage.
Oh wow, they actually get a knockup right onto Froggen. Froggen get a 2-man stun off. Kirsten coming in with the ultimate as well. SkyHi right around the corner, gets the fish off. Seikano coming in from the side actually gets ulted by Caitlyn, and that's a double kill going over to Senpai. And
you know, this is another reason why I really like the Shen support, and why I think we'll be seeing it a lot more, especially because it's been a little bit more popular among pros. Even just in solo queue, you've been seeing it a lot more lately in the upper ladders, and it's because you can just suddenly appear. You can be helping out your AD carry on the other side, and oh, there's a gank mid lane. I'm gonna go there because they need me and my AD carry doesn't. Or, oh, we want to do an initiation over here, so we'll just go in and use the ult.
The pickoff from Froggen. This is a very brutal game, and I think this is a little bit more lack of scouting from Team SkyHi. Like, even I know you ban his Frog. His name is Frog. It's not because he's a fanboy Froggen. It's one, he's a fanboy Froggen. Two, because he really enjoys like playing a Nivea. He also even played Victor back when Victor had his old kit. So it comes down to like you need to know what to ban out. And I mean, I personally right now I don't remember the bans, but I definitely think Victor and Nivea should be like always banned against Froggen, because you limit his champion pool so heavily. And I mean, you can see right here, he's 7-0-4, and he's just been dominating this entire game almost by himself.
And I think the AP itemization changes that happened in this most recent patch really benefited champions like Anivia, because Anivia can build. I was talking with a friend of mine 2 days ago about this, about how you can build Needlessly Large Rod, and it doesn't really tell anybody what you are building. Because previously, he's building a Needlessly Large Rod. He's probably building either a Zhonya's, or he's building a Ludens. Previously it would have been Deathcap, but no, he's building a Ludens because Ludens was overpowered. But you have 5 options now. You have so many things to build Needlessly Large Rod into. It's like
can you actually get the flash taunt into the void monster? I don't even want to say fish because that's more of a void monster.
He's the dreaded void shark.
The void shark. I guess that works.
The dreaded void stalks its prey.
Right? I'm not a fan of that skin. A fizz skin. It's just.
I don't use it, but I do think it's a funny skin.
It's just so weird looking. It doesn't even look like Fizz
That's the
half
point,
the
though.
time.
And look,
Enemy
see, learning
take
climb
a-
just 1v1ing, can probably 1v2 if he wants to.
Probably 1v3 if he really wanted to, just because of how
Well,
far
okay.
ahead they are.
So
I mean, they got
if
3
he's in
him
dragon
now.
form, he can 1v3 probably.
I mean, this game is just kind of, it's basically over at this point. I mean, they have 3 inhibs. It's 31 minutes in. I mean, it's just so hard to come back from a loss mid game like this, especially when you're against champions like Anivia, and then that's a double kill going over to him as well. I mean, this is just so rough for them, and I mean, they're kind of taking loss. Another kill, triple kill. And that's GG coming out from SkyHi, and win going over to White Lightning.
Well played, White Lightning. From here on, I would not be surprised to see an Anivia ban every single game.
Right?
We already see
Anivia
Victor bans
Victor.
commonly.
No,
and
no,
Anivia Victor, because
yeah.
both of them are really strong.
Really think those are the 2 bans you need to ban against Froggen, just for the fact that his kit Froggen just plays that champion so well.
We're gonna go ahead and hand this over to Anson and start getting ready to set up the next game. So catch you guys in a bit.
I tell you what, guys, if you're gonna claim a pro player's name, I guess you want to play that pro player's champion, pretty much like Froggen did here. Excellent outing from White Lightning as a team overall. Just absolutely dominated their victory today. Guys, we're going to get set up for the next game.